figure out why that is. We'll try and make this, shorter than longer just because there is that echo. Put your questions in the chat. I will answer them. There might be a few things that I go over in addition to what your questions are, but this is pretty much Q&A. It's what your curiosities are, and we'll try and solve them. And maybe I might even learn something from you. Who knows? But I'm going to head over to my Facebook page. You should be able to see that. I really like that at this very second, it didn't bring that admin panel down. Here on the right is the admin panel. Usually, it slugs down, which I hope that they're working on that, because not every time you come to your page do you need to see things there. But I tell you, the message section today, and people actually did respond. It was nice. You can see here are my analytics, are liking and not liking, and when they're talking. And on the bottom here, the purple is how often I've posted. I don't really remember posting 5 times on the 8th, but okay. And then here are some people who have commented today, and then new like that here. That's kind of basic intro admin panel. And then we'll get into you just press hide. So I'm going to take a look over on the question area. No questions are coming in, huh? I shared to invite other people in, but I feel like I really want this to be an intimate, get your answers or get your questions answered, and kind of getting this meeting burner. It's supposed to be an awesome technology, but we just need to tweak a little bit with that, with the Skype connection. And they told me not to hit my lesson button because that's where your echoes come from. I have not touched it. So let's head back over to Facebook while you're still formulating your questions. I went over and made a video the other day about and some things that I thought were nifty that I did not get to, that you'll kind of get to preview before everyone else gets the rest, is this manage area. Let's go to page. This is the same functionality as before. You see that screen, and this is the exact same screens that you used to have before. So really, this is not a change. What I think is nifty is this area where you can push all of the apps onto your page. Things like the events, the photos, the notes, the links, even their original video app, those are considered views, and those thumbnails will not be changeable. Everything else that you see here, while it's not reflected on this panel here, when you go to my page, I have edited thumbnails, the views that you see on like the view page, where everyone visits, where they see a different thumbnail. So even like the Twitter, I'm actually using a different icon that was created. That's what you'll see on the front part of my page. And I can actually name this. So if I want to name this Idea Girl Media Tweets, I can do that. And then I would hit change here to change that icon. So I'm just going to hit OK. And the edit is exactly the same if you want to remove the app or put it on, install it. It's the exact same remove or add. You'll notice some of these same icons when I go back to the front of the page will be the same, but many of them I've customized and they're different. So let's go ahead and go back to that front view. And you'll see, I don't really like this. They leave this to see it every time. I want them to fix that. And I don't know really where that setting is. If you all know, please put it in the chat box. I'll go and look in a second. You'll see that my Twitter is a different picture. My different icon totally to my here. Okay, so if you go and you're clicking around on my page, you this thumbnail is interesting and fun to engage my fans, but then the content is the same as what they were before. So I think that is a nifty little feature. you can just push that arrow button to bring it back up. I'm going to head over to see what your questions are. There's no questions. Hey, am I talking to myself? Did you give me a cold blue button yet? Let's see. What else can I show you while you're here? Let's go back into the admin panel. I really like that I can act as my brand. So let's do it. I just hit Facebook Girl Media, and I'm going to go up into my screen. Let's go see what's happening there. Now, keep in mind is when someone from another social media agency or very similar operation to mine comes to my page and just writes all over and checks the likes and so forth, like they're taking over my page. That's not what this function is for. This function is for creating relationships. So I'm going to go ahead and hop onto most recent stories. And this happens a lot. Facebook thinks that I don't have any interesting stories there. So let's go to stories. And, refresh. Okay. Let's try again. Okay. Let's go back to the page, and then we'll come back to this. Let's just take a look at what else is here. If you go to your help area, this is like your page guide and a learning video. That's kind of fun. That's really too obvious before. But build your audience. Create an ad is right here, and then you can also invite your email contacts. That's kind of nice. It's more obvious. What else is your manage panel? Your activity log. I think this is kind of fun if you see activity on your page differently than you see before. You can tell when you've sent something through a third-party app. You can tell who's come in and see on your page, what was part of that message over here to your right. Here I put a video on the page. You just kind of get to see what's happening. All here, they've kind of given you a little maze of to go through, but asking about spam. And you have to get all the way into your activity log and then all, and then click spam to see what's not making it onto your page. Here, looks like maybe Janet's Our Store, she tagged me, it did not make it to my wall. And then Dave Gallant's post from March 5th. This is what would be considered your unhidden posts, or your hidden posts, where you would go into unhidden post or unhide posts and make this visible. This is the equivalent to that. Now, I remember seeing this post on my wall, so I'm going to have to go and see. Yeah, hidden from page. Unmarked as spam. So I don't know whether there was settings and it changed that, but that was on my wall on that date. The same with, yeah, wow. Okay, I don't really like the interface here because they don't let you respond first before you put it onto your wall. And I'm not really a big fan of that two-column view yet because so much gets lost. But let's go ahead and unmark as spam. It's important that people understand that I don't think they're spamming me. Dave is a very good friend of mine. Online, we consort a lot and so forth. But again, you have all of your posts and months and so forth here. Nothing else is showing up. So let's go back into all. This is going to give us all of our activity. Maybe it's here we can go back in and respond, but it's not really a very user-friendly format right here to do that. So button right here that says Idea Grow Media, it's up here on the upper left underneath that Facebook icon. We're going to see that takes us back to our page with our admin panel sliding down. Maybe that's really important to Facebook right now. I don't know. And again, we have this two-column view. Now I'm going to hop back and see what questions might pique your curiosity. No questions yet, Carrie. You're doing great. Thank you very much. Make sure you give me a hot signal. All right, so you are saying we can remove competitors' posts. Lisa, you can. However, I don't recommend it, and here's why. Okay, the whole idea of Facebook is to create relationships, and anything that happens on your page does improve the edge rank on your page. So you don't necessarily want to delete them unless they're being obnoxious. I mean, you have to use your best judgment, but those posts do help your edge rank. They do help activity and how Facebook sees you. So you want to make sure that you're driving the conversation so that it's productive, so that you kind of redirect if they are kind of edging on, hey, you're over promoting. You're in control of that conversation, and you get the opportunity to prove to your fans that you are capable of excellent service, great conversation, and that you have a great relationship and you promote great relationships with other people in your industry. So I don't delete too many posts, but I do redirect a lot of conversations. I will put it that way. Does that help you? Kind of give me a yes or a no. All right, awesome. I'm so excited that this is working better. Woo! That actually slides up. Oh, okay. Now go all the way to the blue, and we'll have a roller coaster ride. That's really awesome. Okay. Let's go back to the Facebook page, and let's try interacting as our brand again. Let's go onto that home screen, page search. I don't know what's going on. Facebook is not that excited. All right, so let's just, I know, Brad, here we go. Let's go visit your page. And it says up here that I've liked your page. It gives me a little notice to let you know what page you're on. Now, I see here that you have not yet converted, and that is okay. You don't want to rush unless you are in the field of social media. If you are in social media, you do want to make that switch because people are going to look to you for leadership. Now, I think the first week, to 10 days was a little bit like, oh, everyone was trying to figure out what was going on. But we should all be either still researching if we need to or be on the page with the timeline. You have a great and bright logo. You have some dedicated likes here, it looks like, and you have a lot of image interaction, which is important. I see some of my friends are here. That's great. Yeah, looks like you're remodeling and you're showing progress of what's happening in your business. So that's really good, Brad. I would think that you shouldn't hesitate to make that conversion. I look, all things Smokies. I actually go through where you are. Taking a little vacation. Oh, cool. Branded tab. Video library. This is really nice. You've done a good job here. And good branding, consistency. I like it. Okay. Do you have questions, Brad, on your page that you want me to take a look at? Are you still there? You're still here. That's great. Any questions, Brad? Maybe you're waiting for, maybe you've turned it off. Okay. Some signals that don't gel. So let's take a look at the wall. If I'm on the page, I will usually say, stopping by via Girl Media. I will do that if it's not something where I'm obviously intruding on a conversation, to say hello and tell you your page looks great. Just being friendly, creating a relationship, keeping it going. All right. Ha-ha! Well, you're very easy. Okay, Lisa, give me your page name again. I'm kind of nervous, I'll admit, but type it in the chat and I will go visit. I haven't. No problem. Okay. Okay. The creation. Print and web, Twitter, good. I like your banner, it's nice. I haven't liked you as my brand. I know I liked you as. How are things in Glendale, Arizona? We have relatives in, I think, Scottsdale they live. Is actually their city. They say they're from Phoenix, so let's see. Wallpaper, welcome. I'm going to take a look at your welcome tab. The one thing, Facebook is really slow lately. I'm not really, it takes, so much time to get things to go. I think they're just still working on so many updates. It seems like, they release this timeline. They just features first, and then immediately after, and then they still continue. So it's crazy. I work with a company in Scandinavia, and they're saying that the things that I did 10 days ago are happening there. So it's kind of like floating across the ocean. Nice consistency in branding. Nice. Cool. All right. Good likes. Yeah, this whole arrow thing it's Facebook has changed the game. I think that if you leave your tab there, you convert over, I think that's fine. If you plan this graphic, I'm going to look over you. One reason I have not converted, I wanted to find out what tabs, if any, were coming along for the new ride. I'm reading none. Well, that's true and not true. Your tabs, I'm going to go back to my page to show you the tabs just because I'm more familiar with them. Another page to show you. But the tabs are there. It's just not the same game. So, if this is your branding, if you have literature, if you have your website, if it's in this green with the filigree and the leaves, I recommend that you keep that and you keep consistent in your timeline cover. But I also recommend putting together like a package of 3 or 4 images that you keep in that timeline cover so that you stay fresh and exciting and even seasonal. You can even relate it to promotions. And I'm going to hop on to maybe a few pages that might show you this. But I'm going to show you the tabs on my page just because I know intimately what they're about. So let's hop back over there. Your page does look good. Good conversation. You've got excellent graphics, consistent graphics. In fact, you probably are knocking me out of the park there. I've not done 2 yet, so I'm kind of on the edge. But here on my tabs, what I've got here is, by the way, this is clickable. This is and it goes right to that basic info page. This is all your information that is editable. Okay, this is exactly what you saw in a more primitive format. So I'm going to refresh that to my page. These tabs, social media tips, this is my blog. They do to my website, but here's that is like a welcome tab. It's exactly one of those. It just tells you information that I want you to know about. So you can click and go and find out about the Social Media Success Summit 2012, which I am going to attend. I hope that you'll attend with me too if you have any interest in finding out all the latest. Like anything that happens from now till May will be covered there. A lot of big pros. But if you look at this Contact Me, this is exactly the same tab as I had before. It's available on Facebook. And it's the centered. I haven't changed any width whatsoever, so I can leave. So these tabs are there. You just need to, you are going to feature. Does that help you? Okay, good. Good. I'll hop over and someone that really does a great job. I know you know who she is. She's really done well with her apps and tabs too. She claims that her icons are not as she wants them, but but look what she's done. She's promoting her her Facebook webinar. She's got her Google Plus page there. These are actually even changed from the other day. I was here and she had different tabs up. of her upcoming book. It looks like, no, her current book. She's got a new one coming out, I think, in May. So if you look down here, she's actually customized her tabs too. And actually last week, this one was up here where this is. She's got her resource tab there. It's a good one. I'm surprised she doesn't have this one branded. She's also got her video thumbnail of one of her videos, and actually stuck it here, which is something I hope to do at some point to get more of a face there, because I think it just makes it so much more interesting, more compelled to click. You know, more so than if there's a YouTube icon. And then she's got a list of apps, which is it tells you what it is. It gives you even language that helps you with SEO and Facebook. SEO. It really they allow you to convert and the thumbnails. So let's try and go back home. I really want to show you this news feed and how you ever interact with your brand in the news. While we're waiting, Mari's actually stuck you really want to get a link in there because they give you the opportunity. So do it. Get your little Twitter length elevator speech. I'm, Johnny Rocket and I make cheeseburgers at the mall, and your link. I mean, pretty simple, easy to understand, and there's the link. Let's try. Facebook's cooperating. I'm going to hack and see how you're doing on questions. Again, please, how do we customize the app tabs? Okay, sure. We'll go and do that. Okay, let's cover news just for a minute. I'll go over the tabs, I promise. But what you want to see here in the news feed is, those organizations that you have a relationship with, you might want to just say hello, click the like. If Facebook likes, give them a like. It's not easy to say something truly unique. Ninja Egg, she's got this. So, Mally, you'll be in my webinar recording. I'm sure she wants to know that. She can listen later. Go Creative Go and I have done some things and collaborated on projects. And so, same thing with CVP Marketing Group. They're a good resource for coffee. They like infographics, but they really knock video out of the park. So, Brad, that might be someone you want to get to know. You just want to make sure that you're releasing me today I can do this. That's a video, and it might that I've liked this brand as my brand, but not myself. So sometimes you get some interesting different news here. So I might even give it a like, and if anyone else comments on what they've said, but I can also go back and do that. So that's enough on news. I just feel like you need to be respectful and not overbearing in your news feed. I'm going to go back to my settings. Be me. Okay. Let's cover the okay, we're going to go into apps right here. And let's just, I'll let you see, all my various pictures and where they are. Here, let's go into this one, edit settings. This is my blog. I'll change it to the picture that used to be there. You can see how to do that. So I've renamed this tab Social Media Tips. I'm going to leave it that way, but I'm going to change the image. So here's the custom tab image. I'm going to change that and see another tab to play with. What happens is you hit change right here, and it'll give you the opportunity to browse for an image. And we're going to go into my photos. I'm going to take you for a ride here. And I've actually got a thumbnail that is right here. You want to make sure that you make this image as close to 111 by, or you'll get some mooshing or fuzziness in there. I've resized this image. It used to be huge. So let's go ahead and put that in there. and sometimes it'll throw up an image. Okay, sometimes right in this window it'll throw up an image I've never ever seen before, like they've gotten the person who edited a tab right before mine somewhere else in the world. And this happened to me up until today. So, you know, if you get a different image, just do it again. That's what I did. And it doesn't give you the opportunity to go back to your page very easily. So what I've done is you can either hit the tab that you were at and say, okay, and then go back and view your page. Up in the upper right here, you hit, and it will eventually take you there, I promise. Okay. It should show you this, of course. I'm going to take you back another little way. All right, I actually have my page link here as my my job. So I'm just going to hit that link. It's going to take you back to my page. I use as many avenues as I promote myself and my page on Facebook because, you know, let's face it, that's why we're here. So do it. I recommend that you do that. And if you need help getting your link into that space, let me know. We'll go over that. But you should see that this image is now different. Okay? Back in the meeting burner. Yeah, it is pretty easy. You know, it seems like it would be really not, but it is. Those hurdles of, you know, Facebook throwing you another image. And a lot of the time it's just digging around and seeing what you find. You know, I've been hearing about the list, the interest list, that you can do one as a person but not a page. I think that they're probably going to change that, but I think we just don't have that feature yet. Okay? So, Brad, you're really quiet. I don't hear anything from you. What other questions do we have? Just in case you're quiet there. Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a second to come up with any questions. Play around with that dial. If you feel like you want to show me something on your screen, we can play around with the screen sharing feature. I can try and let you share, although I've not really, I've hesitated to do that because I just wanted so much the sound to work. I haven't played around too much with that, but we can try it. I wanted to tell you also that if this is something that would interest you or someone else, if you were to message me on my page or email me at Carrie@ideagirlmedia.com, I have started a mentoring program, one for people that are really new to social media, another for those that manage social media, but they're kind of new to that role. It's very simple. We work through a Facebook group. You know, it's very Q&A just like this, except we do the Q&A more directly through the group. And then, you know, it's a monthly fee. Right now we're on trial-free mode during the month of March. We'll have a digital meeting like this one, online meeting, I think next week on Wednesday. And I'm hoping to record that so it keeps everyone in the loop. So if that is of interest to you, let me know. Be in touch with me. I'll type my email address in the chat. Okay. No questions have popped up, but let's see if there's anything else in the admin panel that we haven't gone through. Excuse me yet. And we might be able to talk about some image questions. Here, yeah, on Friday I did a little test. I said, message feature, and really that shout out was great in developing some relationships with what you see here. And it was something, you know, you hear we need to have calls to action, and that call to action really did work. I feel like I know these individuals a little bit better, and it was fun. So I suggest you try that. Oh yes, the share page. I don't know if you've tried that, but this share pager allows you to, with a list or with all of your friends, even public, onto your own timeline or to a friend's timeline, into a group, or onto a page. I hesitate to use that a lot because it can seem super spammy. If you are consistently just sharing your page, you can also do a private message. Let's say there is a friend or a fan that you haven't talked to in a while. You can send them a little message. But I really think this is something like, I don't know, I don't think I would do it more than like once every other month or something, just because there's so much communication going towards people that you want to make sure that you're respectful. But this is a little feature that gives you the opportunity to share your page and like remind fans that you're there. You know, that rank, or you know, we're competing with others in the news feed. You know, if a fan doesn't touch base for a while, you know, we've kind of lost them because of the parameters that Facebook put. But with this new subscribe feature, with the new share feature, it does allow us to remind them maybe that we're around and invite them back. So I think that's really nice. Let's see, the message feature here. Yeah, as a fan, you can actually add my page to an interest list. I can add another page list. That's what's here on this little dial here. Protect your page. I haven't played around too much with that. I'm going to check that out for a future post on my blog, so watch for that. But this is kind of your fan engage with my page dial. So check that out. Add some pages, see what it does for you. And then also what I like about this little thing here, this tells you if you've liked my page. It looks like for me this shows my interest list, and I can decide to put it where I want that. I can't play around too much with that, but the check mark tells you that you've liked it as a fan or not. So if I were you, I think because we're not supposed to put calls to action in that image, we can actually like move images to head towards that like button, which is here. It's this little like button, my logo here, to kind of direct eyes a little bit while I'm still deciding what I want to do. But they have their logo here in this area here, and their branding was actually stars, and they took the stars and they ran them like a little arc toward the like button. It was really, really nifty. I can't remember what I'm going to be searching for to see if I can find it for another blog post, but it was really cool. So if you let's see, there are some easy. Oh, this stinks. Good. Someone just invited me to their page. Let's see what comes up here. They invited me to their page. And I thought it was a little bit clever. I mean, they had no idea they did it. No, I've liked other pages since then. But they had like their Etsy stuff was up here across, and then they had coffee beans spilling, and the coffee beans actually angled towards that like button. So I just recommend anything that you can do to naturally get what you want them to do with that image is a really great idea. And again, you have, what is it, 851 across by 315 down, I think. Okay, let's check back in with you. What exactly are interest lists? That seems to be a new feature. Yes, it's very new. They just, on Saturday, which is what, 2 or 3 days ago from now. So I'm going to head you back. You're going to see all my stuff. This is your lucky day. Okay. Okay, you've got right here on the bottom, you have interests. I've actually subscribed to, actually made my own or started them. If I go into more, you can see the green ones are someone else's list, and these are the ones that I have made. So I don't know. What did I feel? These individuals were really fabulous on Facebook, and they're here. these are pages and individuals. And if you need to rename the list, to choose how you're updated, and kind of notifications, like if you want everything or just something. It will even give you some list suggestions here. Let's see. I don't remember how I got here. I think I clicked a link in a blog post, and I ended up there. But I think if you, I'm currently offline, I don't understand that. Oh yes, I'm not chatting. Okay, so to your interest here, I click add, you can start a new list. Okay, so they give you suggestions. They've actually, oh, no, but they've got suggestions down here. From and it's based on things that I do online. But if you totally want to, like let's say you like cats, it's totally not what you're seeing here. One, create kittens. Oh wait, no. You have to. Let's say art. Art is something that's vaguely, in my realm. And okay, art forms. I can click, and it's just like when you're inviting someone to an event. Something I'm going to keep, but I'm just going to click a few. Okay, now we're going to be done with this. Next. Okay, now this is where I name my list, art, and I'm going to decide that the public see it. I can also decide that only my friends or only me can see it, and like this is only me. Like let's say I want to monitor some folks. Maybe someone's giving me a hassle. I want to know when they're online or what they're doing, or maybe I'm doing some research. I only want me to see it. That's what you use that for. Okay, so these are the pages and folks that are in my list, and then we're done. And it's going to put it over here to, it'll show you the updates from these pages, but then it's going to put it in this area here. See? It's available. So I'm going to hop back and see if, can you view other people's page lists? Yes, you can. You would find this out in the ticker. I noticed that when I was interacting with my list, people were looking at this movement in the ticker, and they actually subscribed to some of the same lists I was subscribing to. And then also, I think that if you want to share your list, you can share it. So I know that Denise Wakeman, she was responsible for putting together one of the lists I subscribed to, and she put on a notice and she gave the link to the list. So you can subscribe to others and you can have people subscribe to yours. And really, this is where I think some of the reach amplifier, I think how they're going to get demographics for advertising is going to come from. They're going to use that to help drill down for that kind of thing. So everything that happened on that FMC conference, go back and listen again. If you can find the link, I have it somewhere. I'll try and put it out on my wall later tonight. But if you didn't listen to that conference, listen. I had some things, like I took some screenshots even of some of the things that they were talking about on how the news feed is actually the mobile news feed, so that everything that happens in the news feed is mobile compatible, where it wasn't before. And that gives them the opportunity to then get into the mobile advertising. So they're really monetizing Facebook, and I think this interest list is helping them with that. So that's why I think that we're going to see pages get involved with that to some degree at some point sooner or later, because they're going to want to be able to open that venue back up to pages. Who knows how they're going to do it, who knows when, but I think that's what's coming down the line. Okay? Yes, it's very much like Twitter. I think that it's maybe not quite as clever as Twitter right now, because it's still so new. But I mean, I have lists upon lists, and I have like some private lists. I have some public lists. I think that those options are there, but I think Facebook is more content rich in that it's not as quick. I can't access it as fast. That's what I think the difference is right now. Awesome. All right. Are there any more questions? I see the dial's been going up and down. Thanks. I feel a little odd. I think that they should keep that for me. They shouldn't let me see that, so I don't see it till later. But I hope that's what you wanted to know about interest lists, and that I've given you something to go on with the other Facebook, the admin panel, and the pages. I'm doing fine. Ooh, it's almost 7:45. It is 7:45. Okay. Brad, you've been very quiet. Are you still out there? You're still out there. Good deal. All right. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Good deal. You can for sure, put questions on my page. I will do my best to answer them. Some of the things, I'll admit, I'm still feeling around, finding new little treasures all the time. I think we're all in that boat a little bit, but still having the same trouble with the audio. I don't know why. Lisa seems pretty good to go unless she's being quiet about that. I definitely have put in my my 2 cents to the host of the technology here. Nope, honestly, I'm not having any trouble with the audio. So I don't know, Brad. Maybe headphones or something. I don't know, and maybe maybe it's me, and I'm not sure where you are, Lisa. But Brad, maybe we're too close together. I know you're in Tennessee, correct? That's really close, right? I hear at least 3 of me. Woo! It's like you've been drinking too much, huh? No, I'm kidding. Okay, well, I'm really sorry about that. I have put in my 2 cents to the technology host to say, hey, this is what my people are finding. What can we do to change that? And I've been pretty insistent. So if I find answers, I will let you know what that is and how we can fix it for next time. Yeah, so I checked to make sure I didn't have more than 1 window open. Yeah, and I do have other windows open, but I don't think that would make a difference here. I know that they said that the listen option was what I needed to watch. And 2, I'm on Skype. So if you if Skype is sometimes awkward for you, I think that would make a difference here. Do you have a microphone from webcam interface with speakers? My microphone and speakers are all on my laptop. I'm not the super savvy equipment hog yet, so that could be me. Sorry, Carrie. Yeah, I think it does. It matters what equipment you're using, and I think that last time I had my headphones out, I was playing with them, and I was just trying to make anything work. They didn't say that I needed to have that, so I wanted to make sure I was good to go with just interacting with you. So, any other questions? I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to make sure that I've answered your questions, but let you go and do your thing. This is probably family time for you, I'm sure. Just Twitter, that's funny. I used to not understand Twitter when I first got into social media. I thought, how silly, 140 characters, who would want to do that? And now it's actually my favorite social media. Pinterest is a little bit addicting. When I get on there, I'm there too long, but I like Twitter a lot. Nope, for me, I'm fine. Shouldn't jump in the cover tonight since I talk about social media. Yeah, but I'm going to put this in the search bar. A little tip that I have started to like, Photofunia.com, and that's actually how I did my my profile image that you see now, and how I've done. I actually just promoted a candidate for Super Tuesday. We went wild with images, and there are a lot of options there that you can plug in images into a prefabbed scenario. That is addicting too. You'll be there for hours, so make sure you have coffee or tea or whatever your favorite beverage and snack is. Check it out. It's great for profile photos. I don't know if it's really great for business page images yet. Maybe. No, it's totally free. It's totally free. It lets you save in various formats what you want to do. So whether you want it to be a small or put it into a postcard, or you want it to be huge. And then what I do is I take that image that they give me and I put it into Picnic or another photo editor, and I resize it for the 851 by 315 for the Facebook photo image, or the timeline cover. Works really awesome. I like it a lot. It's a little bit of extra work to go ahead and resize it, but I think it's worth it. And there's even animated versions. You can really have a lot of fun there. So that's a little tip on your image. So you might find something that's just fun. And I really, while we want to have branded images, and I really think that it's the best idea to have a branded image, I'm going to play around a little while. I saw someone that is, someone I collaborate with a lot, who I think was too fast in putting their images together, because what I see on that banner, it doesn't match what their branding is. And I think that that's confusing. I think that if you're going to make a move, be consistent. So that would be my advice. I hope that helps. Okay. That's awesome. So if you don't have any other questions, I really feel like let's go and do our stuff. Yeah, good to know that we agree. I will look forward to hopping around and seeing your pages and interacting with you on Facebook. If we're not friends, let's hook up. If we're not following each other on Twitter, I think we all are. There's only 3 of us here. But I'm always excited to link up on various social networks, LinkedIn, Pinterest, of course. I'm on Empire Avenue. I think there's really not a whole lot I'm not on at this point. I don't sleep a lot. So wherever you go, I'm there, and let's hook up. Thank you for giving me your time today. Thanks for spending time and for being patient with the reschedule. I was so happy to see you and to spend time with you. So if there's no more, I'm going to end the recording and head off to my evening. Thank you. Yes, and thank you for your time. And I'm really one for the X's and O's. All right. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.